Hello everybody, welcome to Manine's Nail Station. So today we are on module 4 and well done if you got here so far. Alright, so today we are going to look at acrylic application. So remember I got you practicing your correct ratios. Now today we are actually going to apply it using zones. Alright, so let's go on to our next slide. This slide here, let me move me across. Okay, so you can screenshot this slide, and it will give you step for step what you need to do and with the application of the acrylic nails. So step 1, so we're applying acrylic nail enhancements over tips or natural nails. You're going to sanitize the client's hands and yourself. So you're going to sanitize, you're going to push back the cuticles. Remember not to use oils because the oils can lift any cuticle, it can seep in under the nails. If you find you have to use a cuticle softener because the client's cuticles are just too bad and then it's going to be imperative that you remove all the oil and the cream on that nail plate because you will have lifting. So you've got to make sure that you're going to cleanse very well afterwards, scrub the nail plate with some water and so antiseptic soap and sort of clean that nail plate very, very well. All right, then after you have pushed back your cuticles, you are going to, so remember prep is very, very important. So prep, as we've done before, we're going to push back our cuticles and we're going to disinfect and we're going to dehydrate the nail with either an isopropyl alcohol or you can use acetone. And we are going to remove the dust from the natural nail. We're going to remove the oil and the dust from the natural nail. So you're going to, and I'm going to show you in a demo now how we're going to do that. You're going to apply your tips, which we did in the other module. The module before this one, module 3, we did the tip application. We're going to adhere tips to the nail. So this is all your steps. Once you've adhered the tips, you're going to cut and shape and create your canvas. Once your canvas is created, we are then going to apply the acrylic or whatever product you're going to apply on top, strengthening product. So prep and is the same on every single different type of nail system that you have. Prep is always the same, but very, very vital. Here we've got our zones. So we've broken it up. Let me just move me across again. We've broken it up to 3 zones. So the free edge here is zone 3. Then you've got zone 2, which is sort of the belly of the nail, and zone 1, which is the cuticle area of the nail. So our goal is that in zone 3, we want to create a perfect smile line when you apply your acrylic to the first one if you're doing French, but you'll apply your acrylic onto zone 3 first. Then zone 2 is your belly and also your apex area, so you would be applying it to the belly area. And zone 3, you're going to make sure that you don't flood the cuticle area and you don't build straight up against the cuticle area, make a big mound over that because that is so, you need to be able to push back those cuticles once your nails has been done. You still should be able to push back those cuticles perfectly. All right, so let's just see our next slide that I've prepared for you. Let me move me again. Hold on, and then we'll do the application. Okay, product, okay, nail form. So let's first move straight on to, I'm going to move you straight on to the demo. Remember in our last video, in our last module, we applied tips to the natural nail. We sized the tips. we blended the tips, and we applied the tips to the natural nail. We did our prep by pushing back our cuticles, and today we are going to be working in these different zones for applying acrylic product. So I'm going to use a nail dehydrator, and we're just going to apply. Oops. I started applying the acrylic to my non-dominant hand. Still got to prepare it, file it and show you how to finish it off properly. So we're just doing this stage for stage so that I can show you. So this is just a dehydrator, guys. It's just a dehydrator. It's not a primer. So we're just dehydrating the nail so that all the oils and everything is removed from there. Okay, so I'm going to take, I don't know if you can see, this is my liquid. We're going to fan the brush, and we're going to just give the brush a clean. All right, so now let me see if I need to get this. Hold on, I just want to bring it more over. Let's just see. Okay, so I'm using an acrylic mix that I did with a bit of glitter. So you can create your own mixes. This was a cover. It was a cover peach, and then I just mixed a bit of glitter in there. So you can do that as well, just to customize your acrylic. Okay, so I'm going to apply in zone 1. So I've applied, let me just show you again, the acrylic on the brush, and I'm going to wipe the one side of the brush. So we've got quite a lot of liquid in that brush because this is a larger area. I'm going to tap, tap, tap. All right. I'm going to take off the excess of the brush. I'm going to apply it in zone 1. Oops. Let's see. Can you see me? Let's see. Yeah. Zone 1. So I've just picked up a smallish sort of bead, and I'm just going to apply it to zone 1. Let that dry. So I'm still working on zone 1. That was a bit of a small bead. So I'm going to drop the bead, wipe my brush. Let's see if you can see that. Drop the bead, wipe my brush. I'm going to push that up towards the smile line. Tap, tap, tap. Tap into place. Remember, you don't want to overwork the acrylic. I just want to get my smile line. And I'm going to tap it into place. And that is, can you see, zone 1. I need to just add more there. And you can add. Don't be scared to add. In the beginning, sometimes it's better to work with less than too much until you are comfortable in your craft. As I say, it is an art. Just work small amounts until you've mastered it. All right. Okay, so this is zone 1. So now we've done zone 1. I'm going to use sort of a clear for zone 2. So I'm dip, dab, dab, dab. Have a look, it's saturated. I'm going to physically drop the bead where I last left off, and I'm going to let it just settle, and I'm going to just spread it out a bit and feather it across the top. Okay. Right. Today the acrylic is taking a lot longer to dry. All right. So I'm going to apply another bead into zone 2. I'm going to just dry the brush a bit. I'm going to drop it where I did the last bead. So I'm doing more zones on a longer nail. And I'm working with smaller beads at this point in time, because I don't want to make it too thick, and I want to show you how you can work with different zones. All right, so now we did zone 2. Now we're going to do zone 3. Dab, dab, dab. Okay, I'm going to drop that bead where I last left off. I'm going to use the tip of my brush so that I don't flood the cuticle area, and I'm going to feather it down the nail. Alright, I'm going to add another bead, another small bead. I see I need here in this corner here. I don't know if you can see that. So I'm going to apply another small bead over there. Right. Apply another bead here. Alright, I'm looking at the side of the nail. I don't know if you can see the side of the nail. It needs another bead here for my apex. I'm going to add to it. So I just want to show you, look, in the beginning it's going to take a bit longer, but I want to show you how you can apply smaller amounts and work accurately, and eventually your speed will come. Alright, I just want to apply one more bead over here. So always look at your nail from the side, look at it from all angles and apply. Alright, now we're going to go on to the next nail, zone 1. Zone 1. Oops, I'm going to just apply that there and show you. I did pick it up a little bit drier because today, for some odd reason, acrylic is taking long to dry. And I'm going to just create my smile line. Just press that, flatten that down a little bit, but you press very lightly. I'm pressing very lightly, sort of feathering it more than anything. Okay. Oops, okay, where can we see this? Right, there, you can see. We do autofocus. Hold on. There we are. Okay. So that is zone 1. Dab, dab, dab. I'm now going to go into zone 2. So where I left off, I'm going to drop a bead in zone 2. Let it level, wipe my brush. Right. I'm going to feather it down the nail. Like that. So that is zone 2. Now we are going to work on zone 3. Dab, 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 dab. Alright. I'm going to drop that into zone 3. I'm going to use the tip of my brush. You can see that tip of my brush. And we're going to feather that down. Feather it down. See, it's taking longer to set today. So we're going to feather that down. Alright, let's look at it from the side. Okay, that's fine. Let's do the next one. Wiping my brush. So I'm going into zone 1 or zone 3, whichever way you want to, put it. I'm putting this bead here into zone 1. I'm taking it up to the smile line. Dab, 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 just dabbing it into place. I'm going to just fix the smile line a bit. you see that? I'm going to need a little bit more here on the tip. I can see I need a little bit more there, just for color, and more glitter here on the tip. Right, so that is zone 1 or zone 3. Now we are going to go to zone 2. So zone 2, wherever I left off, I'm going to drop that bead there. I'm going to push it on the side so it doesn't run into the cuticle area. And I'm going to feather that over the glitter so it's almost encapsulating that glitter. So there we got zone 2. Right. Sort of keeping it into place so it doesn't run everywhere. Right. Now we do zone 3. I'm just dabbing into the powder. I'm going to drop the bead there. Let it level. I wipe my brush in between. I'm going to use the tip of my brush and I'm going to feather that down. Just make sure we've got enough there, and we're feathering down. Right, and I'm looking at it from the side. To make sure that I've got it. I'm going to apply one more bead. I can see I need another bead. Don't be scared to add. I'm going to apply another bead here because I could see my apex wasn't high enough. Remember, when you've got a longer nail, you need a higher apex. Okay. I think I also need, so you just watch the nail. If you find something is like looking a bit wonky or anything, just add more acrylic because you can file afterwards. All right, so there is the second one. Now we're going to do the third one. Watch again. So I'm cleaning my brush. We're going into zone 1. Dab, 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 dab. Drop the bead into zone 1. I'm going to create pulling it up to the smile line. So this is the glitter part of things. I'm going to add more. You can just brush it backwards here. Okay. Right. Wipe my brush. Okay, so again we have got zone 1. Right, now we're going to go into zone 2. 1, 2, 3, dab, dab, dab. Let's see if you can see what I'm doing like that. Dab, dab, dab. Let's see, is that better? Okay, I'm going to drop that bead into zone 2. And I'm just going to feather it. Push it from side to side so it doesn't run all over. And we're just going to feather that. Keep it in place. Right. Now we're going to do zone 3. 1, 2, 3. Dab. Have a look at your brush. If you feel it's still too wet, give it another dab. Drop the bead, zone 3. And I'm going to use the tip of my brush not to flood the cuticle area. And I'm going to feather. We're just feathering. All right. I feel I need another bead over here. You can see that. We see from the side, you can see that it needs another bead. I'm going to apply another bead. 1, 2, 3. We're going to apply another bead here. I think I was just a little bit too far away. Right. Dab, dab, dab. Okay. I don't know if I'm going to show you. I can see I need another bead. If I look at the nail over here, can you see that? Let me show you. Over here, can you see? We need another bead there. So I'm going to drop a bead there. Just write that down. That's it. And I want to create a better apex, a higher apex. I'm going to drop another bead there. And we're going to just feather that down. Let's have a look. Alright, I think I need one more here. I'm not liking the look of that yet, so I just wanted to add another bead. And this is how you're going to play. This is how you're going to play and experiment and work on yourself. You know, art is about practice. It's about playing, enjoying yourself, and perfecting your art skill. Okay, we've got one more to do. We are going to do the pinky. Right. And I'm going to apply to zone 1. Like that. And we're just dabbing it into place. And I'm going to just try and make my smile line a little bit prettier. Like that. Okay, so that was zone 1. Now I'm going to, so we need a smaller bead. So now I'm going 1, 2, 3, dry it on the towel. And I'm going to drop that bead into zone 2. Let me see if I can do it this way. Drop it into zone 2. And I'm going to just feather that. Feather that down. Alright, now we go to zone 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to dry the brush. And we are going to drop it down. And it's kind of doing its own thing already. There we go. Let me just feathering it down. Not so easy to work in different angles. Let's see, can you see that? Okay, now when I look at it from the side, I can see I need another bead there. So I'm going to apply another bead. You know, you could use a bigger brush and sort of do it in 2 or 3 goes, but this is the way we learn. This is how we learn. We learn with going small amounts before you do big amounts, and work with it this way. All right, so there we have it. We have applied all the different zones in terms of our acrylic, and I will show you the finished bit in one of the other modules. So without further ado, stay tuned for our next module. Hit that subscription button, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.